Give a smile, give a smile, give a smile, give a smile. Be the reason someone smiles. Give a smile, 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 give a smile. Be the reason someone smiles. Give a smile, give a smile, give a smile, give a smile. Be the reason someone smile. Give a smile, 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 give a smile. Be the reason someone smiles. Siva, gedola, lio, lio, desimcha. Siva, gedola, lio, lio, desimcha. Siva, gedola, lio, lio, desimcha. Siva. Give a smile, 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 give a smile. Be the reason someone smiles. Give a smile, 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 give a smile. Be the reason someone smiles.
Siva
Gebash Michael, Gebash Michael, Gebash Michael, give a smile. Gebash Michael, Gebash Michael, be the reason someone smile. Gebash Michael, Gebash Michael, Gebash Michael, give a smile. Gebash Michael, Gebash Michael, be the reason someone smile. Siva, Gedola, Leo, Leo, Desimcha. Siva, Gedola, Leo, Leo, Desimcha. Siva, Gedola, Leo, Leo, Desimcha. Siva, Gedola, Leo, Desimcha. Siva, Gedola, Leo, 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 Desimcha. Be the reason someone smiles. 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 Siva Gedola, Leo Desimcha. Siva Gedola, Leo Leo Desimcha. Siva Gedola, Leo Leo Desimcha. Siva Gedola, Leo Desimcha. Someone smile. Be the reason someone smile. Be the reason someone smile. Be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone smiles.
Breakfast with Elli.
Mode ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shechazarta bi nishmati b'chemla raba emunatecha.
Noya mavdil ben kodesh lechol. A little peace, a day of rest and ease, Each man's a king, but in his humble place. Shabbat Shalom. It's nice to be at home. Shabbat Shalom. It's nice to be at home. Shabbat Shalom. You'll hear your children sing. Shabbat Shalom. It means so many things, like Ima, Abba, the Torah to make my soul to sing, make my soul to sing. Shabbat Shalom. It's nice to be at home. Shabbat Shalom. It's nice to be at home. Shabbat Shalom. It means so many things, like Ima, Abba, the Torah to make my soul to sing, make my soul to sing. Shabbat Shalom. It's nice to be at home.
If you could speak to your family now, what would you tell them?
I promise that I do anything to release them.
It's nice to be at home. It's nice to be at home.
Good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Elli. It is Sunday, the 3rd day of December, the 20th day of Kislev. The Torah portion is Vayishlach, HaYom Yom Rishon l'Shabbos, first day, counting up towards Shabbos, and be doing the first Aliyah. Chanukah is just, are you ready for this? 4 days away. I know. It's exciting. It's true. It's going to be amazing. It's a huge Shabbos coming up. Shabbos coming up is Shabbos Chanukah, Shabbos Mevorchim, and Parshas Vayishlach. So, man, we got a packed week. We got a lot to do. Let's get to it. Hold on one second here. This is just being cockamamie. All right. Let's begin by saying bracha on tzitzis, men and boys, together. Good luck. Ready? Let's go. Come on.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על מצוות ציצית.
Right. Everyone together, Al Divrei Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al divrei Torah.
Abel.
הריני מקבל עלי מצוות עשה של ואהבת לרעך כמוך. I take upon myself every single day to love my fellow friend in a very special way.
Torah Tziva.
Torah ציווה לנו משה מורשה קהילת יעקב. תורה ציווה לנו משה מורשה קהילת יעקב.
All right, it is time to give tzedakah.
I put it in the pushki, the tzedakah box. I put it in the pushki, the tzedakah box. I put it in the pushki for someone else to keep. Yeah, I put it in the pushki, the tzedakah box. I put it in the pushki, the tzedakah box. I put it in the pushki for someone else in need.
We're about to do. All right, time for the Shema. Let's do it. Come on.
Shema
Let's see what's going on. All right, let's try it again. Here we go. Technical difficulties. God love them.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
All right, I've got my coffee and my yogurt available. Bracha shahakol, ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shahakol nihiya bidvaroi.
Coffee, blessed coffee. God bless you for being a friend. When the whole world turns on me, it's only you on which I can depend. I want to taste you in the morning and a few times throughout the day. Yes, a cup or two in the evening too. For me, it's the only way. Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. And now, today in Jewish history. Yes, the 20th day of the month of Kislev. It's a big day. It is a holiday still. It is the Rosh Hashanah of Hasidism. On the 19th day of Kislev, the Alter Rebbe was told that he was going to be freed from prison, but he did not get released until the next day. The full freedom was only granted later in the evening, which was the 20th day of Kislev. 2 days are celebrated with Farbrengens, Hasidic gatherings, and increased commitment in the ways and teachings of Hasidism. Tachnun is not said today in Chabad circles. Today is the day that Ezra addressed the Jewish people and the Sanhedrin. At the time of the building of the Second Temple, he made a historic address to the three-day assemblage of Jews in Jerusalem, exhorting them to adhere to the teachings of the Torah and to dissolve their interfaith marriages. The Jewish people were on the verge of complete assimilation at that time, following their 70-year exile in Babylon. And the first printing of Tanya, the Torah Chassidus, the Bible of Hasidism, the magnum opus of Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi, the founder of Chabad. The longer, shorter way, or lessons in Tanya, have the complete English translation of the Hebrew text, plus the commentary in English. And we do study the Tanya here every single day, and we will be again beginning the cycle of Tanya study. Yes, from the beginning today. All right? Yes, indeed. Absolutely. All right. Bibi Netanyahu has a long relationship with the Rebbe, and you're gonna enjoy this, which explores it.
It's year after year, that Israel is unjustly singled out for condemnation. It's singled out for condemnation more often than all the nations of the world combined.
Bibi speaking at the UN.
21 out of the 27 General Assembly resolutions condemn Israel, the one true democracy in the Middle East. Well, this is an unfortunate part of the UN institution. It's the theater of the absurd. And yet, even here, in the General Assembly, the truth can sometimes break through. In 1984, when I was appointed Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, I visited the great rabbi of Lubavitch. He said to me, and ladies and gentlemen, I don't want any of you to be offended, because from personal experience of serving here, I know there are many honorable men and women, many capable and decent people serving their nations here. But here's what the Rebbe said to me. He said to me, "You'll be serving in a house of many lies." And then he said, "Remember that even in the darkest place, the light of a single candle can be seen far and wide." Today, I hope that the light of truth will shine if only for a few minutes, in a hall that for too long has been a place of darkness for my country.
I met the Rebbe for the first time in 1984 when I came to the UN. And this was on Simchat Torah, on the eve of Simchat Torah. A former soldier of mine, Shmari Arel, came to see me in the UN where I was serving as Israel's ambassador. He said, "You have to come to a big convocation tonight." And we went together, and it was a fantastic meeting, tremendous meeting. I was enormously impressed and moved. I met him with 5,000 other Hasidim crammed into a hall, and I waited on the small stage. The Rebbe came on the stage, started to read the Torah, and I was told to go and approach him. And I said, "Well, he's reading the Torah, I can't pass him." He said, "No, go and approach him." So I walked very gently, tapped him on the right shoulder, and I said, "Rebbe, I came to see you." And he looked aside and he said, "Just to see, not to talk." And so we started talking, and we had a 45-minute conversation. And the people who were waiting were very, very impatient, to put it mildly, but it was a wonderful, wonderful conversation.
Bibi Netanyahu asked me to join him, which I did, of course. Bibi had just arrived to take up his post in the UN. The UN was then and still is an organization that's not a friendly organization to Israel. The resolutions that are adopted there are hostile resolutions. Israel is being singled out, and it was being singled out then as well. So nothing much has changed. And so the challenges that Bibi was facing were large challenges, and the Rebbe was very concerned that Bibi, as Israel's ambassador, will be a strong ambassador and not be afraid to express Israel's position without being overly diplomatic or too considerate of other things.
He said, you're going to this house of darkness, the UN, which was very, very unfriendly to Israel at the time. And he said, even in the greatest darkness, if you light a candle, it spreads a great light that can be seen from afar. And of course, he said to remember what I represent, who I represent, to stand firmly and proudly for Israel and the Jewish people. This was far more important than diplomacy, was far more important than politics. It was the essence of things. And the Rebbe could get to the essence of things that were important for the Jewish people.
I thought you would enjoy that. Very important stuff. All right, HaYom Yom for today, the 20th day.
היום הזה הוא זמן שמחתנו, שמע את התפילה שבליבנו, בתמחור.
Why does life have to be such a struggle? How do you deal with anger, jealousy, anxiety, and despair? And what's the purpose of life anyways? These are but a sampling of some of the major questions addressed in the most important book of Chabad philosophy, the Tanya. When was the Tanya printed? The first printing of the Tanya was completed on Tuesday, the 20th day of Kislev, in the year 1796 in the Ukrainian town of Slavita. This first edition included part 1, which is termed Sefer Shel Beinanim, the book of the intermediate. That's a funny name for a book. It's interesting, the author of the Tanya, Rabbi Shneir Zalman, didn't refer to the book on its front page, on its title page as the Tanya, but as the book of intermediate, precisely because the Tanya is not addressed to the perfectly righteous person who's already solved his struggles in life. On the contrary, the Tanya is there for the intermediate guy, the person who is struggling, has got questions and problems. For that person, the Tanya provides solutions and answers. So part 1 of this of the Tanya is Sefer Shel Beinanim. the book of the intermediate. And this first edition of the Tanya also included a second section, Chinuch Katan and Shar Hayichud V'Hamuna, the second section addressing the question of how we can understand a perfect single God in a sometimes very imperfect and fragmented world. The third section of the Tanya, Igeres HaTshuva, was first printed in Zolkvi in the year 1799, and then again in Shklov in the year 1806. The next section of the Tanya, Igeres HaKodesh, which is a collection of letters of Rabbi Shneir Zalman, was first printed in Shklov in the year 1814. The Tanya, in its final edition with all four parts, in the form that we have it today, was first printed in Vilna in the year 1900 and has been reprinted many times since. It's been more than 200 years now, but the words of the Tanya are still as relevant today as they were the day that they were first published. Once you taste Tanya, your perspective on the world, God, and your own soul will never be the same. I invite you to have a taste.
And we shall taste and see. Tamu uru, taste and see how good it is. All right, a word from our sponsors.
And now, a word from our sponsors. PestProRidol.com.
PestProRidol.com. Trusted by the best to keep away the pests. We are offering COVID-19 disinfection services. Mention this ad and get 1 month free service. Visit us at PestProRidol.com.
Tarzane Group. Micro, miniature, and small orchids. Go to tarzanegroup.com or call Tomas at 305-440-0565. That's 305-440-0565 and order today. Visit Tomas and Yair at tarzanegroup.com. Micro, miniature, and small orchids. Beautiful in your home. Go to the website and read Tomas's orchid blog. And by Dina D Design. DinaDDesign@gmail.com. Fine artwork, custom made to your specifications, logos, wall hangings, Judaica, and you can even have something for your child's room. Dina D Designs. Go to her Facebook or Instagram or call or text. Thank you very much to our sponsors. If you'd like to become a sponsor, please go right up here to where it says patreon.com/theactorsrabbi, and you can contribute even only $1 a month if you'd like, but that'll help us bring this broadcast to you on a daily basis and cover our expenses. Be sure to thank your sponsors when shopping and mention Breakfast with Elli when you're shopping there. There might be discounts. Thanks for watching.
Torah, Siva Lanu Moshe. Torah, Siva Lanu Moshe.
All right, patreon.com/theactorsrabbi or breakfastwithelli.live/tipjar if you would like to contribute. You can also go to breakfastwithelli.live/new-computer if you'd like to help us attain a little bit more perfection and have a new computer that doesn't sputter and whir when the hamsters get tired. You don't want that. You don't want tired hamsters in your computer. It's no fun, trust me. All right, we are doing the name of the Parsha this week. Vayeshev. At first glance, this Parsha seems to have a most inappropriate name. Vayeshev means, and he sat, he settled. And yet in the Parsha, we read the most unsettling event in Yaakov's life, the disappearance of his son, Yosef. In fact, at the beginning of this Parsha, when Rashi writes, when Yaakov sought to settle in tranquility, Yosef's anger against his brother sprang upon him. Now, how could a parsha which speaks of Yaakov's upheaval come to be known as Vayeshev Yaakov, Yaakov settled? In truth, however, Yaakov's request for peace and tranquility was eventually granted by Hashem, as we find that in Yaakov's last 17 years, he lived a peaceful, comfortable life in Mitzrayim, in Egypt. It's only that when Yaakov sought peace, Hashem wanted to give him a more sublime peace and tranquility than Yaakov was yet worthy of. Therefore, Hashem sent him the ordeal with Yosef in order to challenge Yaakov and thereby uplift him spiritually to the level at which he would be deserving of great peace. And that's why our entire parsha is called Vayeshev, and he settled. For in this parsha we read of the ordeals that Hashem sent Yaakov to elevate him spiritually to the point where he could live a totally harmonious life in this world as well as in the world to come. Yeah. All right. Chumash and Rashi. Oh, no. First of all, the Aliyahs. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're right. In the first Aliyah, Yaakov and his family now settle in Canaan. Of all his sons, Yaakov favored Yosef, the firstborn of his deceased beloved wife Rachel, and he made for him a special robe of fine wool. Yosef's brothers were jealous of the favoritism and avoided talking to Yosef. Yosef related to his brothers 2 dreams that he had, both seemingly implying that he would eventually rule over his brothers, and that increased the brothers' envy and hatred of him. And now, Chumash and Rashi with Rabbi Avtzon. Here we go. All right. Parsha Points with Rabbi Epstein.
Parsha Points Vayishlach Sunday. Give me a break. Why do I want a break? When I'm engaged in something dynamic and exciting, I don't want a break. I want to keep going. Vayishlach. Yaakov wants rest, not laziness. He wants harmony between the physical and the spiritual. Don't we all? That time will come. Right now, our role is to enable that through our hard work, not so we can get to sit on the couch so we won't have to have conflict. That's rest.
Parshas Vayetze, the first Aliyah, Rishon, and we know that Parshas Toldos ended off with Yaakov Avinu having to run away from his brother Esav. His brother Esav said that he's going to kill him because he stole the bracha from him, and the bracha that his father Yitzchak was intended to give Esav. However, Yaakov, we know the story, he disguised himself and he went in and he kind of quote unquote stole the bracha, as Esav put it, and he said that he actually stole something from me twice. He took the bechorah, the birthright, from me. He also took the bracha from me, and he's therefore vowed and he said, I'm going to kill my brother Yaakov. So Yaakov has to run away so he to escape the wrath of his brother Esav. So the opening pasuk in Parshas Vayetze is Vayetze Yaakov mi Be'er Sheva vayelech Harana. And Yaakov is leaving now, and he's leaving Be'er Sheva, he's leaving Beersheva, and he's going to Haran. He told his parents, his mother actually told him to do so, that he should go to Haran, and he should go to Lavan, the house of Lavan, and there he should marry the daughter of Lavan, which is his first cousin, his uncle's daughter, Rivka's brother Lavan, his children, and go there. So you should be able to marry one of the daughters. And that's how the Aliyah begins. Vayetze Yaakov mi Beersheva. Of course, Rashi makes his famous comment and saying that why do we have to learn about Yaakov leaving? It should just speak more about the objective of him going to Haran. It should just, the pasuk should read that Yaakov went to Haran. Yaakov holach l'Haran vayelech Harana. Why do we have to say Vayetze Yaakov and Yaakov left? What is the point of mentioning that? So Rashi famously says that when a tzaddik leaves a certain town, so that makes a big roshem, that makes an influence on the town, that now there's a void, that the tzaddik has left, and that's why they want to teach us this idea of Vayetze Yaakov in Beersheva. Don't think that Beersheva is going to be the same Beersheva with Yaakov and without Yaakov, and now there's some sort of a void there. The pasuk continues in Pasuk Yud Aleph, Vayifka b'makom vayolan sham. Vayifka is an interesting word. It says Vayifka. What does Vayifka mean? Vayifka means he encountered. He happened upon the place. Why does it just say Higia l'makom? He came to this place. What Vayifka is a very strange language, and of course, the many midrashim about the word Vayifka, that he bumped into the place, he encountered the place, he happened upon the place. What does that word mean exactly? There are many different halachas that we learn from the word Vayifka, and one of the Gemara in Brachos on Daf Chavav and Chav Zayin, the Gemara says, from here we see that Yaakov Avinu instituted what we call Tfilas Arvis, Marav. It was nighttime and he davened Marav. So what's Vayifka? Vayifka is that he happened upon it because he had to reconsider. He passed by unintentionally, not knowing that this was the Har HaMoriah, not knowing that this was where the Akedah is, not realizing, he wasn't sensitive at that time that this was going to be the Makam HaMikdash. When he realized what it was, so he turned back. And then he came back to the place. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem, made the sun set. It wasn't yet nighttime. And the sun was setting early. And therefore, he knew that he had to daven Marav. And for this reason, that Hashem changed the nature of the world. And it was Vayifka. And it happened kind of like accidentally. That's why we could daven Marav early, because really it was still daytime, and Hashem just made it nighttime, so Yaakov Avinu could sleep and he could rest, and he could, because he was learning in Shiva Shem Ve'eva for 14 years, he needed a break. So then he instituted Marav, but it was really still daylight. That's why we daven Marav in the summertime when it's still daylight. We could do that. Also, this is why the Talmud, the Gemara says in Brachas that Marav might even be a reshus, because again, look at the language, Vayifka. He happened upon it. It wasn't that intentional. So therefore, there's a possibility that Marav isn't really an obligatory like Shachris and Mincha, but rather it could be optional a certain way, as the Rishonim, as Tosas and others discuss. What that means exactly is Marav could be a Rishus because he didn't intend necessarily to daven Marav.
All right, fantastic. Just give me 1 second over here. I just need to fix something. Here we go.
KOSHER points Vayishlach Shabbos. Why do I have to know all of it?
There we go. All right. That's what I needed to fix. And that takes us to Rabbi Chaim Martyr.
Good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah, looking this week at Parshat Vayeshev, and specifically at the beginning of chapter 38. Chapter 38 appears in the text just following the story of the sale of Yosef by his brothers. And chapter 38 begins, Vayihi ba'etahi, and it was at that time, Vayered Yehuda me'et achav, Yehuda descended from his brothers, Vayet ad ish adulami ishmo chira, and he turned up until the person, a certain man, an Adulamite man, and his name was Chira, and he marries a Canaanite woman named Shua, and he took her, and he had relations with her, and had children, the first being Er, the second being Onan, and a third child, Shelah. And we know about the death of the first two, the illicit relationship he has with Tamar, and then eventually born to him is Peretz. Peretz, and from whom, actually twins, but from Peretz is born the line of David HaMelech. That's how that storyline, that's where the story takes us. The first thing I want to note here is the timing of this. The Ibn Ezra says it just can't be here. It doesn't make it. It's not possible, because it had to have happened earlier in time, before the sale of Yosef. He suggests. I'm forced into this. He says, I'm compelled. He has his pushes to offer.